Hey everybody, welcome to Acorn and Oak and ATC Thursday. Every week, well I'm hoping every week, but every week between now and the end of the year, I am going to be doing an ATC on Thursdays. Now obviously these videos were made throughout this year of 2021. This particular video I'm recording in January, but you won't see it until September, so I hope things are relatively back to normal by then. But we're going to do an autumnal one. I've got my autumn 6x6. This is fall is in the air, and this is an Echo Park one. And I've also got some chipboard pieces, so I'm going to use those. I think I've chosen my paper. I've got a wooden maple leaf. I've got some orange berries, and we're just going to create. I'm probably just going to create and leave it in real time, as much as it in real time as possible, and play some music over the top. But I think I'm going to need my glue gun, because I'm going to need to glue those items on. So let's plug in the old glue gun. My car colour I want to use. I'm going to use the art glitter glue. I'm going to glue this down. Some vintage photo or walnut, I think, some walnut distress ink around the edges. Now these ATCs are not going to have any particular theme, so I'm not going to be doing just autumnal or Halloween or Christmas ATCs. I'm going to mix it all up. I am going to be doing some of those, but I'm also going to be doing other styles of ATC. Okay, I think I might want some of this twine in the background. So let's do some of this yellow and some of this orange. Do I want some of this brown? Gosh. Going to roll it around my fingers, because I want that in the center, and maybe some of this twine in the background. Kind of free flowing. I'm not going to be want to be organic, if that makes sense. Maybe 4 fingers. Glue it onto the back. But I want to use all the different colours. But first of all, I want to colour this in, and I want this to be, I think I want that to be gold. So I'm just going to use my gold paint pen, and I got this from Poundland. just in case you're wondering what ATC stands for, ATC stands for Artist Trading Card. If you want to know much more about what an ATC is, I will link my ATC 101 video at the end of this video. The reason why I decided to do this series is because in 2022 I want to do some swaps, because it's been a long time since I've taken part in any swaps, and I would really like to do some swaps in 2022, as long as, you know, the world's gone back to some sort of normality and it doesn't take, you know, 3 months for things to arrive everywhere. Okay, let's put some of these beads in. So as I'm hoping to do the swaps in 2022, I need to build up my my stash of ATCs. Maybe here, maybe this full memories. Can that fit there? Yep. But I want it across. Maybe there. I don't know. There's no sentiments on that one. Quite thankful. Quite like the thankful. So I want it along the bottom. I like it landscape. Trying to figure out where I want, what sentiment I want to use. Give thanks. No, I think that's the one. I'm going to put some art glitter glue on the back, so obviously I've had these in my stash quite a while and they are not as sticky as they once were. This is another reason why I want to do this. I want to use up all my stash, well, not use it all up, but use things that I've had for such a long time. Okay, crafters, I'm going to call that done. There we go. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you would like to know more about ATCs and you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below and I will try and answer them. Let me untwist these. If I can untwist these just to give it a bit more. Yeah. Untwist them slightly. And just to remind you that ATC stands for Artist Trading Card. This is a series that I'm doing every Thursday between now and the end of the year. My first video went up last week, so I'll have that linked below. This is the second video and I'm going to try and do some, kind of like a farmhouse country style. I have this Country Life pack, A5 paper pack, so I'm going to use that, and I think I may use some wooden beads as well. Let's choose which paper I'm going to use for the backing. And these are single-sided papers. That's really cute. That may be one. Or the gingham. I like the gingham too. Home Sweet Home. And the strawberries. Okay, so it's going to be out of those two. And I think I want to, these I think I'm just going to use ink with them. I think I'm only going to use 2. So let's do the inking. Going back to my walnut stain, I'm going to ink these up. You can paint these MDF pieces. But they take ink really, really well too. I'm going to have one facing left, one facing right. Got a thing about the brown with the gold at the moment, so I'm going to use my gold paint pen for their little feet. I could even have them facing that way so that they're having a kiss. I think I might have it portrait way. And let's think whether I want the green. I want the polka dots. No, I want the green. Okay, so I'm going to glue this ATC onto this paper. I just like to use my finger to get it into all the corners. And I usually put it in one of the corners as well. Save on wastage of paper. And then use my craft knife I tend to make more passes and press less than one hard press, because sometimes you can rip the paper. Okay, so that's that. Right, and I think I'm going to use some beads on this, so I am going to use my little crocodile and use the smaller hole. Move it forward, and I'm going to put a hole at the top and the bottom, and I think we're going to use some beads. I have some garden wire from Poundland, and I've got these beads left over from a big pack that I bought from Amazon, and I think I'm going to use this size here. So let's cut off some wire. Okay, and I think I'm going to use these ones. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go across that way, bring the wire around the back, and then go down there. So then I'll have two rows of beads. Okay, so let me just, this wire is really pliable from Poundland. I don't think it has any gauge or anything on it. Let me read the packaging. It just says 37 meter, but it doesn't say what the measurement or anything is, the width or anything. Okay, so let's put these on, because this is why this is going to be really easy to do. So let me just fast forward this boring bit, and I'll be right with you. obviously it has to be enough to go from the top to the bottom, but I need to make sure I've got enough. So actually I'm not going to put a knot in it. I'm going to cut that knot away. I think I've put on too many. Okay. Now the good thing about the ATCs is you can make them as elaborate as you want or as easy as you want. They're just small representations of your own artwork, your own craft. Almost there. One more, I think. Okay, let's tie that up at the back. And to tidy up the backs of these, you can put some scrapbook paper on the back. What I'll probably do is I will probably put another coating of the gingham paper on the back. Okay, so that's that. I think I'm going to run over it with my walnut stain just to change up the colour slightly so they're not so bland. Probably go around the edges as well. And you could have done a hanger with the little beads. The good thing about this is all about personal preference on what you want to do. Okay, so then I have one there, one here. Do I want to add anything else to it, or do I want to call that a day with it just like that? I think I just want to leave it like that. I think it's nice and simple, not overdone. I don't think so anyway. Okay, crafters, there goes my farmhouse country looking ATC. I'm going to be using this little sticker. It's got a little, it's a cardboard sticker, and it's a little child in a mummy costume. And I've got this black and white spider ribbon, and I've got this black and white trick-or-treat paper. So this is kind of going to be a monochromatic ATC, I think. So as always, we're going to use the art glitter glue to attach the paper. This is a really good way to show people, you know, what type of crafter you are, what you enjoy doing, you know. Also a really nifty way to use up all your bits and pieces, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this series, as well as the fact that I really want to be doing some ATC swaps when I'm able to do so, hopefully in 2022. So if that's something you would like to take part in, please head over to my group on Facebook. That's Acorn and Oak on Facebook. And with these I'm just going to simply cut the ends off. I'm not going to worry about rounding them off, but you can. And if you've been watching me any length of time, you know sometimes I go around the edge with a sandpaper or a nail file, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to go around the edge with some black ink. Where is my pad for my black ink? There it is. So it's going to be a very monochromatic ATC. Okay, I want the ribbon to go up, him in the corner, but I want it to go across. But one thing I do think I want is I've just cut the ribbon and I'm going to tie this in a knot because I think I would like a knot, because I don't really want a bow. That kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to put some hot glue from top to bottom, and that is what I will submerge the ribbon into. And that can go around the back as well and be all neat and tidy, and then I will cover that with some paper probably. Glue strings are a pain in the bottom. Right, I know that the glue strings can work as spider webs in this particular craft, but yeah, I think I like that. And then we're going to have him, but I think I just want to go around the edge of this with the black as well. Not so stark. And I think I want to raise it slightly, so I'm going to use some foam tape. And I'm just going to stack the foam tape on top of itself, just to give myself the dimension I want. Obviously if you've got thicker foam tape you won't have to do that. Make sure my cutter beads don't get sticky. Okay. Okay, we're going to stick in just there. Okay, do I want to add anything else? Let's have a look at my charms and things. Do I want to add a spider to the top corner? Yes, I think I do. Right, I'm going to put some glue on the back of my spider. I'm going to put him just at the top there. And then we're going to call this ATC done, crafters. I'm going to go through my scraps. I really like this piece here, so I think this is going to be a Christmas ATC. I've got loads of bits and pieces out behind me. So I guess we're just going to create on the fly. I don't think I want that as my background. Maybe this. So I'm just going to get a rough idea of what size I need. Okay, let's put it on side. Do you fit? Or you, no, you fit fine. Now, do I want to ink the background? Or do I want to put some, what do you call this stuff? Washi tape. Come here, you. Where's the end? Some washi tape on. And I think I want it around all four sides. Not sure what I want yet, crafters. Do I want these on here? Have a little birdie. That's the thing with ATCs, they can be 3D. Okay, I think I'm going to glue this backing paper down. This one on top of that. Do I want the birdie on there? I want to make these tutorials as very different as possible. Okay, let's put some glue. push it down, it doesn't seem to want to give me the glue. Okay, I like that. Now these leaves are too big, I think. I need some smaller leaves. On these mini pine cones. See, when I press down, it's not giving me the glue, so I have to press the glue through. So I definitely think I need a different gun. To make a nice ornament. Okay, what's something at the back here, I think. Do I want a velvet bow and a yep. Okay, so these are just some velvet bows that I got from Poundland quite a few years ago now. Okay, coders, I think I'm going to call that one done. Today we're going to be doing a watercolour background. I have some cardstock here and I've cut it 3.5 by 7.5, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to squidge some of this, and these are my Distress ink oxides. I'm just going to squidge this on, and then we're going to spray it with water. And then we're going to submerge the paper into the ink. And I've got a couple here because obviously I didn't want to waste this ink. So this will work out to be 3, 6, 9 ATC backgrounds. So let me just dry off this piece of plastic, which is what I do this kind of work on. Dry that off, and this is just one of those large self-seal bags or push seal bags. Okay, I'm going to use my heat tool to dry these. Okay, I'm going to put those to one side because I'm going to be using these, but that gives me backgrounds to use later. I'm now going to cut this piece of paper into what do you call it, to ATC length. So it's 2.5 by 3.5. Make sure that I got that right. 2.5. Yep. So that's 1, 2, and 3. I've got my cardboard ATC bases, and I'm going to stick these on, I'm just going to use the art glitter glue for that. Now I've got the same inks out, and I've got my ink pads that go with them. We're going to ink their edges. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be using is cracked pistachio. I'm going to go around the edge. And then the blue is broken china. And the purple is wild violet. I love this purple. Purple's one of my all-time favorite colors. Okay, now I'm going to use some stickers, I think. I see this and I think of ocean, so I think I'm going to use some of my ocean themed water stickers. Now I've had these for ages, and I just want to use what I've got. You know, start using what's in my stash. I'm just going to take it apart and use what I want to use in the places I want to use them. Now I love this big octopus here. I think I just may use the octopus on its own. Okay, so I'm liking that. Now I think I've got some Tim Holtz what do you call them? The Ideology. So let's see what I can, what phrases I can come up with. So we have the word embark, adventure. So I'm going to find embark on an adventure. On an, there's an. Now we need an on. Okay, there we go. So I think I'm going to have that one on this, on the what do you call him, on the, I can't think what it's called, crafters, octopus. I just had it a little while ago. So I'm going to put some art glitter glue on the back. So embark on an adventure. Okay, the next one I'm going to do embrace what is different. Now we just got to find the word embrace. I think I'm going to have that one on here. So we're going to have embrace. What is different? Then this one we're going to have a lifetime together. So a lifetime together. Now I have a silver pen, and I think I'm going to do some, or maybe not a silver pen, maybe I could use some, gems. This is my nautical themed tub, as you can see. And a lot of this is from when I used to have my store, but I'm sure you'll be able to find things like this in your craft stores, or something similar at least. Just found this in my stash, crafters. This is Jolie's Boutique. I want to use some of these as air bubbles. Okay, crafters, I think I'm going to call that these done. So let me just bring them up to the camera. That one, that one, and that one. You may recall that I made this backing when I made the ocean themed, coastal themed ADCs. I'll link the video below. So I'm going to use up the I'm definitely going to use the what I created, so I'm going to cut these to size. So again, it's 3.5 by 2.5. So I made enough for 9 backgrounds. So there'll be another video using these backgrounds. So I'm just going to attach them to my cardboard ETC bases. Okay, I've got this pack of stickers that I've had in my stash for quite some time, and I'm really trying to use up as much as I can from my stash. So we're going to use some stickers with these. So this, I think these are from, yeah, the Jot. They're from Dollar Tree. I think I got these from, I think they came from Donna. I could be mistaken. Donna Jackson. I could be mistaken. But I'm going to ink the edges, I think. So let's get my, I want to use the purple. As I said when I was creating the background, purple is one of my favourite colours. If I can find it, that is. There it is. So I think I'm going to ink all these edges in the nice purple. And this is a Distress Ink Oxide, and it is Wild Violet. I've got some washi out as well, as I think I might use some washi. Okay. Then I guess I've just got to decide which. I want to use this blue feather here because I think it'll go nice with the washi. So let's put the washi on. Let's move these out of the screen. Okay. There's another blue one here. I'm not placing them down so that they're in the you know, the final resting place. I'm going to just lay them down and then see where I want them. I want this little one. No, I think I just want the blues. And then I think I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Ideology words. Look. Okay, I'm going to stick these down because I've had them so long I don't know how well the glue is going to work. So I'm going to stick them down. And then choose my sentiment. I'm going to have Soulful Remedy. And just so they are slightly highlighted, I'm going to take a black pen and just go around them. Just to highlight them somewhat. And I think I might even do that with the feathers. Okay, that's one. Okay, this big sticker. Let's put some purple washi and some blue washi. And this big sticker. Okay, let's cut the excess off. So this one I'm going to have Living the Dream. Okay, I think I might have some gems. These are gems I got from Poundland many moons ago, about 2-3 years ago. Maybe these pink ones. A couple of these pink ones. One here. Not tons, because I don't think it needs it. That's it. Okay, Crouchers, I think I'm going to call these ones done. Right, this is the last batch of that background that I made a few videos back. So I'm going to, this will be the last video using these backgrounds, but I wanted to use them up as I've got them, and I want to do different things. So I've stuck them onto my ADC bases, and I've got the two of the colours that I've done to make the background. That's the Distress Oxide Cracks Pistachio and Wild Violet. I've used some of the Tim Holtz Crazy Birds, I think they're called, or something like that, and I've stamped those out and we're going to colour those in. I've got this background stamp, I think this is Tim Holtz also, it's just like circles and dashes and writing, that type of thing. And I'm going to use this on my background. I'm using the Wild Violet, and I'm just going to stamp it on my background. It doesn't have to be exact, it doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't have to be precise. None of those things matter. Okay. I'm going to blast that with my heat tool because I know as it's the oxide, it takes a bit longer to dry. Okay, then we're going to move over to the cracked pistachio, and I'm going to do some stenciling. I have this fern stencil here, and I want to stencil some of the ferns onto the background. And I'm literally just going to use if there's anything on there, which there isn't. And I'm not going to do a heavy-handed job because I just want it to be quite soft and delicate. Okay, so now I have my 3 images, and I have stamped them using the VersaFine Onyx Black, and I've got some of my Jane Davenport pens, and I've got the blue, the lovely blue, and I'm just going to put some blue on my bit of plastic here. I like to use this plastic because it helps when I'm doing watercolouring. It just means I'm not going to get it all over the place. I think I'm going to use some of the other colours as well that I've got, as I've got 3 different ones to colour in. So what else do I have? Green, grey, red. So I'm just going to put some of the colours on my plastic. So that's the red, I have the grey, and I have the green. I'm going to use my watercolour pens, and we're going to colour these dudes in. I do like this stamp set from Tim Holtz. Okay, let's make this one blue for no reason other than why not. And I'm not using watercolour paper crafters, just so you know. I couldn't find it. But this is quite thick cardstock, so I'm hoping it will suffice. I think I'm going to give him a green beak. Maybe add a bit of green in as well. Now if you're here to see a watercolouring tutorial, I'm not the best person for that. I just do what I feel I enjoy and take it from there. There's plenty of really good watercolourists on YouTube. this one let's give this one a red beak. Okay, let's move that one to dry. Now we have our cheeky chappy here. Okay, let's make this one red. This one always reminds me of a robin for some reason. Either that or an owl. Now you may be wondering if it's going to be difficult to cut these out, but what I tend to do with this type of thing is I will forget about cutting out the feet and the awkward things, because what I would do is I will stamp that directly onto the base and then put this over the top so it's not missing out on things. So I'm going to cut these out and then we'll move on to the next step. Now the only thing I will do to hide any of my imperfect cutting is to go around the outside with a black Sharpie, just to give those edges that nice finished look. And I tend to go from the image from behind, just in case I slip, because then I'll go on the back of the image rather than the front. Let me know in the comments, crafters, which one is your favourite ATC that I've done so far. I think we're about, what, 8 weeks into the series now, so you've had, no, 7 I think. So you've had 7 different videos, and let me know which one you prefer. I have a feeling this one might be my favourite. So bringing back the VersaFine and the stamps, we are going to stamp the images onto our, oops, turn you around, mine aren't sticky. Can you let me know in the comments, crafters, what you do to help re-stick your stamps? Because as you can see, it's not sticking to my block. I don't know what I need to do. So if you do know, let me know in the comments, crafters. Okay, and to give him something to rest his feet on, I'm just going to put something there, and then we'll glue him down. Now, I'm not using any dimension or anything. I'm just going to glue them straight down. Let's move on to the next one. I think I'm going to have him this way. And then again, just giving him something to a base to be on, and stick him down. I think the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some glossy accents, and I'm going to put that where their eyes are, just to bring their eyes to life. Okay, so as you can see, I have this white offcuts, and I want to try and use as much of this as I can when I'm doing my ATCs. So I've got this piece. It measures 5.5 wide by 4.5. So I'm going to use this piece of paper, and I'm not going to cut it. I've got 2 ATC cardboard bases, and I'm going to use this. So I'm going to put down some tissue paper, because one thing I've noticed is sometimes when I use the trays and things, even my piece of paper, it makes my camera go a bit funny. So we're going to do some ink blending, but I know if I use this it doesn't happen, so let me actually use this. And I think this one's going to be kind of bee themed, I think. I think. So we're going to go down with the squeeze the lemonade. And like I said, I'm just going to use this entire piece of cardstock, and then I'll cut it to ATC size. Oops. I have this hexagon honeycomb, and this is a stencil by Heidi Swap, and I'm going to use this using the wild honey. I'm going to use this in places. Trying to think of the orientation of the ATCs and how they're going to be. Now, I'm not doing this so it's entirely solid everywhere. I want it to be paler in areas and stronger in others. As you can see there. I may even come over here and do some more. Okay, I like that. Okay, so these are the bee themed stamp sets that I have. I have this little one here. I'm not sure who it's made by. It just says 2014 hot off the press ink. I don't know who makes that. But I also have these two from May May. Look at the old May May packaging, so different. So I'm not too sure. I might use some of the sentiments from one of these stamp sets, but I think I'm going to use this bee, so I'm going to stamp that out yeah, so as you can see, I haven't kind of got anything in mind of the direction in which I want to go. Let me cut this down now, as I've done the background. So it needs to be, because the stamp sets are, God, I can't speak today, craft. It's a 2.5, so it needs to be 5 inches. And they need to be 3.5 wide. Oh, what am I doing? Crafters, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm all ski before the bob. Okay, so there needs to be 3.5 inches. So let's cut some of this off. That's it. And then we just cut this into 2.5. So I get my 2 bases. Okay, so that's my 2 bases. Now with the bees being kind of black and white, black and yellow, I want to kind of incorporate some black into it some way. I may use that for a sentiment, so I'm not throwing that away. So let's have a look. I want to incorporate black somewhere. Okay, I have this stamp here. No idea who makes it because it's in with my background steampunk mixed media kind of bag. I try and collections of stamps and things I try and keep together. You see, like this is, as I was saying before my battery died, I try and keep all my MMA stamp sets are together, but things like background image and my steampunk and my mixed media, I try and keep them all together. So I've got like splotches and you know, background stamps, my mixed media stamps, that kind of thing. I try and keep them all together. So this is in that kind of pack, and I think I want to do some, because I think if I'm correct, I think this is kind of scripture, or just not scripture but script. So let's stamp it out and see what it actually is. Yeah, it's like a newspaper, so that's exactly what I'm after. I just need to turn this over, and I don't want kind of first generation. I'm happy to get second generation stamping on here, just to bring some black into the ATC base. Do as much or as little as you like. Okay, so that's that. Okay, happy with that. And I think I might go around the edges with the wild honey. I want some black dots, but I don't want to use kind of paint. I'm using a Sharpie here, and I'm just going to put dots just randomly as if I was using a paintbrush. Okay, and let's move those out of the way. Now I need to stamp the bee image I want to use. So I'm going to stud that out using some more offcuts. And again, I'll be using the VersaFine Onyx Black. I'm going to stamp out a few, so if I make a mistake, it doesn't matter. And any left over I can just use in future craft projects. Okay, so now I need to colour in the yellow and do some. Do I need to use my Nuvos? I think I might use my new, well, I say new, I got this for Christmas and I'm recording this video in March. This is a set that I got for Christmas. It's a watercolour paint set. So I think I might use some watercolouring. What a beautiful set. Okay, and I'm going to, lovely brush, come on brush. Let's spray some water. Let's make sure I'm still in camera view. I am. Should I do the wings? I think I might add some colour, then I may use some glossy accents to go over the wings. So I want a nice, maybe this colour here. Let's see how that goes. Yep, I like that. Because I don't want it to be a yellow, but I also don't want it to be a dark brown. I'm going to hit that with my heat tool. Okay, so I've cut those out. I am going to stamp them on the base as well, just so if I didn't get any of the fiddly bits, I'm not worried about that, because they'll be there when I stamp it on the ATC base. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate the wings slightly so they stand up, and I will put some of the glossy accents on them, but I'll do that at the end and you'll see it in the photos. And this will make a really nice card base too. Okay, so that's that. Let's put some, actually, you know what, maybe Wink of Stella rather than glossy accents. Let's put some Wink of Stella, and you're not going to see this on camera. Wink of Stella doesn't transfer onto video very well at all, but I will try my best to show you We've got some glistening wing crystella. This is the clear wing crystella on the wings. I don't think it's going to show. Okay, so let's have a look at the sentiment I want to use. You've got Be Sweet, you've got Honey Pie, Just Wing It, Just Because, Be Calm and Buzz On, Be Yourself, Beaming with Pride, I've Been Thinking of You, Where Have You Been, Be Beautiful, You're the Bee's Knees, and then in this little set you get Happy Birthday. So, do I want to use that little bit? Stamp on it and then bring it to the side, or do I want to stamp straight on? What sentiment do I want to use? Oh, and Be Positive and Buzz. I think I'm going to use Be Yourself. That's what we should all be, is be ourselves. Okay, so Be Yourself. Now I might put this on one. I'm not saying I'm going to put it on both. So Be Yourself and Beaming with Pride. I like that. Beaming with Pride. Okay, let's bring over the ATC basic. Right, I have 3 bases here, and I'm going to do some monochromatic ATCs today. Now, normally people think of monochromatic, they think of black and white, and we are going to do a black and white, but we're also going to do a black and green and a black and yellow. So that still goes in the monochromatic because it's just 2 colours. I found these butterflies in my stash. Now I don't know where they're from, I don't know what I bought them for, maybe it's just for my stash, and as you know, I'm trying to use up or utilize a lot of the stuff that's in my stash. So I saw those and thought, okay, we'll give that a try. I've glued 2 together. So I've literally got, some I've got 2 the same, some I've got 2 different ones, a larger and a bigger one. And I put some glue in the body portion. And then I'm gluing that straight onto another one. If I can pick this up. Wait, come here you. Come here. I need to do the same thing with this blue-green. I don't even remember buying these, but I'm trying to reduce how much stuff I have. Okay, glue those together, and what we're going to do is I'm going to do them all with you on camera. We're going to get some flowers, so I'm going to go into my May. I have these all set as spring because I think they kind of lean towards spring more than anything else. And I'm trying to look for some flowers to go around the edges. It's one of my favourite things to use around the edge of the cards. Okay, so probably that one, maybe that one. Okay, and I have this one here, which is Flower Power. This one is Garden Party, and this one is Sorry. So I think I'm going to use Sorry on the monochromatic black and white one. I'm going to use the dandelions. If I can get it out, there we go. I'm going to use the VersaFine Onyx Black. we're going to stamp on and off the page. Okay, so that's that. And then using the butterflies, and the reason why I glued two of them together is because I want to lift the wings up of the top one. Oh, I didn't glue that one, or if I did, I didn't leave it long enough to dry. So let me put that one back together. Okay, let me grab hold of this one. I'm just going to, oh, this our glitter glue doesn't seem to want to, I think it's because these have like a film over the top, so I may have to use hot glue. Okay, let me get my hot glue going, crafters. I don't think they're plastic, I don't think they're paper, I think they're plastic. I think that's part of the issue. So while I've got my hot glue warming up to the side, let's move on to one of the other ones. So I'm going to turn this piece of paper over, and I'm going to get my ink blending tool, which I get from Shell Ratcliffe. I'll leave her Etsy store link below. I absolutely love Cliff's handmade tools. So this is Squeeze Lemonade. I'm going to colour my background, my ETC background. And the same thing with the green, and that is Shabby Shutters. And I think I'm going to use some of the stamps from here. I may even use some of the leaves as well. Again, using the VersaFine. Then on the green one, I think I'm going to use this Flower Power. Okay, let's hot glue these together. They must be made out of some sort of plastic, because the art glitter works on almost everything. Okay, so lifting those up and hot gluing this down onto the white, black on white. Let's do the blue green. Okay, let's put them on our backers, and I'm going to call these ones done. You can put sentiments on them if you wish. On this occasion I don't think I'm going to. Hello everybody, welcome to ATC Thursday. We are going to be doing a kind of steampunk kind of card. I've got this lovely stamp set here. Now I've already made one using the rose. Now I want to make one using the heart. So what I thought I would do is I would put two ATC bases together. But first we need to do the background. And now I've got an assortment of stamps here from my stash. And I'm going to use these to create my background, and I'm going to be using Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain and VersaFine, and we're going to be doing a little bit of watercolouring as well. The VersaFine is water resistant, so you can use it for watercolouring, but the Distress inks aren't, but I like the way that they look when I paint over them. It bleeds into the actual it bleeds into the what I'm painting, and I think it looks quite nice. Well, it did with the rose, so let's hope it does for the other for these two. And now I'm going to use the VersaFine, but I'm going to be doing second generation stamping because I don't want it to be so vivid. Okay, leaving out the VersaFine and bringing over another stamp block, a bigger one. I'm going to use the heart stamp. I'm going to place it on my block. Put these two together. I'm going to stamp over it. Okay, so we get that. I love the way that looks. Okay, let's put those away. I'm just going to dry this quickly with my heat tool. Okay, now we're going to do some watercolouring, and I'm going to paint the flowers. So this is a set that was gifted to me last Christmas. This is only the second time that I'm using it, and I'm recording this particular video in the end of March. So, oh, there's no pink. Okay, let's try this lovely purple. Lovely purple. It's probably going to show up blue because I noticed a lot of purple things show up blue on camera. So we're going to paint flowers. What I tend to do is I tend to do darker in the middle and then use the water to spread the rest of the paint out. Okay, so let me blast that with my heat tool. Okay, let's go around the edge with the Vintage Photo. with the Wink of Stella, I'm just going to put a bit of sparkle on some of the flowers. Now, Wink of Stella is notorious for not showing up on camera, but trust me, as you can see, I am using it just to put a little sparkle, nothing over the top. Okay, let's put them on our ATC base. Okay, I had the bases that I've used was some really thick white cardstock, and I had a few pieces left over, so I'm going to use those for the sentiments, but I just need to cut this one down slightly. What's this? Is this an inch? 3/4. Okay, and I'm probably going to put 2 sentiments on these, but I don't know where I'm going to have them. Okay, so I think I'm going to have that one across there. So I'm going to turn this over, use a pencil, and mark where I need to cut. Using my Tim Holtz shears, I should cut that to cut the excess off. And then remember where I had them. There we go. That's to go there. And do I want the other one across the bottom here? So I don't want to cut up those lovely roses. I think I'll have the other one up there. Not roses, the flowers. Okay, and using my crocodile and the smaller hole, I've pushed my measuring device back just so I can get them just where I want the holes. I'm going to put a hole on each side. Okay, so that's going on that one. And in my stash I have these heart-shaped brads. So I'm going to put a heart-shaped brad in each side. Okay, and now using a stamp set from May, and okay, I finally decided on You Inspire Me, and that is from May's Chin Up stamp set. It took me a while to find the one that I wanted. Okay, so using the VersaFine, I'm going to stamp You Inspire Me. And then using whatever ink is on my tool, I'm going to go around the edges. These on. I'm just going to use the art glitter glue, or actually no, I'm going to use foam because of the bulkiness. No, I used art glitter glue with the other one, so I'm going to, I'm talking myself out of it, crafters. I'm going to use the art glitter glue. Because that worked fine with the other one. So that will go there. I'll smudge it slightly, but never mind. And this one up here. Right, I've done one ATC already to see if I like it, and now I'm going to do the other two with you. I've got some Distress Oxide inks here. I've got Broken China, Cracked Pistachio and Fossilized Amber, and I've got my ink blending tool. So I'm going to use my Fossilized Amber first. I'm going to use it on both the ATCs. Then I have a wet one. I'm just going to quickly wipe it off, and then I have a microfiber cloth hanging off my desk. So I'm going to clean it as I go. I need to get hold of some more of these. Okay, now some Cracked Pistachio. Give it a clean. Wipe it down. And now the Broken China. Now I need to get a stencil, because I didn't use a stencil in the other one I did. It just occurred to me as I was just doing this one. Okay, using my dot stencil, and then I need to answer my mum. 1 second, everybody. I'm recording videos, Mum. Yes, please. Okay, thank you, Mum. Asking if I wanted a cup of tea. Right, so I've got that over the two stencils. Now, using the baby wipe that I was using to wipe off the blending tool, I'm going to go over the top of this stencil, and I'm hoping it'll take up some of the colour and we'll get left with an impression of the stencil. Yep, there we go. Something different to do. One thing that I'm trying really hard to do is bring as many different kind of ideas and different ways to use your stuff. You know, we've all got plenty of stuff in our craft stashes. Well, I'm assuming we do. Right, I've got my Memento Ink Nautical Blue, and I'm going to stamp images all over these backgrounds. Now these are just food themed stamps in my stash. They're from different manufacturers. I don't have their boxes or anything, so I don't know who they're from, who they're made by, I mean. So on and off the page. What are you looking for, Mum? Oh, is it up here? You should have shouted. Mum's coming up to get my teacup. Isn't my mum wonderful? Okay, so and then what I've done is I've got these two stamps here. One's a latte, and so it says "I like you a latte," and the other one's a tea bag, and it says "drinky." Drink me. Sorry. So I'm going to cut one of these out, or maybe one on each, or two on each. Let's have a look. I'm going to cut some of these out, and then I'll be right back with you. Now I've done some bubble cutting because I don't want to be right on the nose, and I was thinking of maybe doing like a cluster there, and then tea bag here. Maybe I should do another tea bag. Okay, I think I want one of each on there. I'm going to attach them using some foam tabs. Broke that one, crafters. I broke it. I broke it. I broke it. I pulled it apart. So I'm going to put a dab of glue, and then hopefully that will repair it. Okay, let's stick them onto our bases. Stamp. I think I'm going to stamp this sentiment. I used it on the first one and it says quiet moments. Okay, then just to finish it off, I'm going to go around the edges with the Memento Nautical Blue. Okay, so I have this stamp set here, and it's got some lovely autumnal images on it. I've got my image of a fox, which is from this little stamp set here, stamped out on some thick white cardstock, and I've stamped it out on different designer paper, and this is from Fall is in the Air. And I've done a few little foxes and I've paper pieced them, and I thought I'd paper piece them off camera. Hopefully you'll all know what paper piecing is. You basically stamp it out on different colour designer paper, and then you piece it together, so you end up with these. And then what I've done is I've just placed little wibbly eyes, googly eyes in his eyes, and I'm going to use this as my background. So we're going to put this down, and again this wood slat is from that same paper pad. Where's my other piece? Do I only have two pieces? I think I may only have two pieces, crafter, so I may have to choose another paper from the pad for the other background. There's another piece in there, so I'm going to just quickly cut another piece to fit my base. Oh, I don't think I did that right, did I? That needs to be 3.5 long by 2.5 inches. I must have made a boo-boo with my measurements there. Okay, now using that stamp set, I'm going to be using the acorn image. I've got it mounted on a stamp block already, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I'm going to go around the edges. One important thing for me in this series is I want to be able to do as many different types of ATCs with you, because obviously not everybody is at the same level. So I want to do some ATCs that are a bit more involved, and some ATCs like this one which are fairly easy. The only difficult part on this particular ATC is the would be the paper piecing. But you just stamp out your images on some cardstock, you take the time to cut them out, so you know, stick on a movie, and then cut them out, and then you just piece them together as you wish. Okay, so using the vintage photo to go around the edges. And then I think I'm going to use some foam dots. Some foam squares to raise these up. And then using the branch punch from Martha Stewart, twig branch punch, I'm going to punch out some of the cardstock, and we're going to put our little chap in a bed of some glue along the base of our little chappy. Using my chipboard accents, and this is from Echo Park, and this is the Celebrate Autumn. It's an old pack, so it probably won't be available now, but I'm going to use some of the elements here, maybe tuck in some of the leaves. I have this really big one. I don't really want to use that really big one. But let's put on these acorns. Today we're going to be doing some festive ATCs. I've got some miniature lights. I've got this lovely piece of card paper, designer paper, which I'm going to use on all three of the backgrounds. I've got 3 MDF stag deer, my ATC bases, and I've got this ribbon and some of these little belt buckles, which reminds me I need to get a couple more. Finally, I found them. I couldn't find them, crafters. It was driving me mad. Right, I've got my hot glue gun going. I'm just going to cut this piece down to size. So remember, ATCs are 3.5 by 2.5. So I'm going to cut this by 3.5 and then in 2.5 widths. And I have all that to use later. I don't think I cut that particularly straight. Let me just check that. No, I didn't. Okay, so by 2.5. If I can find out what the paper pad is, crafters, I'll let you know, because it's a lovely paper pad. Try and find the front cover if you can. Here it is. It's Deco Craft Paper Mania, and it's Letter to Santa. It's an A4 paper pack, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Right. So let's adhere. No, I don't want to adhere anything yet. I want to do these. And I'm going to be really simple with how I decorate these stags, I'm simply going to use my vintage photo distress ink. Now I will come back and use a bit of gold wax. So I want one facing that way and one facing this way. I just need to get rid of this sticky residue. Right, that comes off, and I've got a different one for the third one. Okay, let's stick down the paper. I'm going to use the art glitter glue for that. Now the ATC bases I'm using here are just some cardboard from food packaging, so nothing exciting, nothing expensive. Okay, so the idea of these ATCs is I'm going to have the stags and the ribbon with the Santa belt, but I may change the orientation of the Santa belt with these two here. I definitely think I want that one at the bottom here. So I'm going to run some glue across. Submerge our ribbon and Santa buckle. Cut off the excess and then glue that around the back, and I will cover that with more cardstock later. And then we're going to have this deer here, but what I want to do first is I want to use my golden brown. This is my embellishment mousse from Nuvo, and this is the classic brown, or cosmic brown, sorry. And I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to go around the edge. I'm going to put a bit of gold around the edge. What's Christmas without a bit of gold and shimmer? To this one. Right, we're going to glue him down. And what I wanted to do with this one is add some of these lights going between his antlers. Probably won't get many, maybe just 3. I'm going to glue dab of glue, and then I'm going to submerge the light bulb in the glue. There we go, that's one. Now, do I want to put a red bead on his nose? and make him look like Rudolph? I think maybe I do. So one of these sticky back gems. Tiny dab of glue. We'll make this one Rudolph. And then I will go over these with a heat tool to get rid of any of the strings. Okay, so that's that one. Now these ones I think I want to do, I'm not sure if it's going to fit into this belt, because these belt buckles are smaller. Let me see what other ribbon I have. I wonder if this is going to be any different. If I can get the band off. Oh my days, crafters, it's one of those days for me. Come off. Let's go in there. I use hair ties for my ribbon to keep them neat and tidy. Yeah, I think this might work. Yep, that works. That works nicely. Okay, let's cut that off. That's one. Let's do another one. Now this is just some burgundy red ribbon from my stash. I'll have a look on there, see if it has a name or anything. Okay, so then I used one of the hair ties. You get a big pack in Poundland for £1, and I got this from eBay, from an eBay seller. Okay, I've also got these little charms, little poinsettia charms, which I was thinking of using, putting one on each. I want them to be, I want one to be very different from the other two, but just so they coordinate as well. Just going to take off the ring at the top, which is where you would traditionally hang it from. Do I want to put this on? Maybe in the hair, just there I reckon. That's that one done. Now let's do these, because these are slightly more wider. I'm going to adhere the ribbon to the side. Okay, so I need some hot glue down one at the side. So how are you doing with your Christmas crafting? This video is going out in November. I'm actually recording it in May. As soon as the warmer weather hits, I'm ready for Christmas. The warmer weather really does interfere with my fibromyalgia and so forth. So we get to about April, May, and I'm like, I yearn for Christmas. It's ridiculous. Right, let's glue this little deer on. I haven't had strings from this glue, and now I'm getting loads of strings. Okay, we also have this around his or her neck, the little poinsettia charm. I'm not going to put any of the lights on this one. So we'll do this one in the opposite direction to the one we just did. Oh no, I should have done it the other way, shouldn't I? Oh no, no, that's right. Sometimes I think I'm doing things wrong and I'm not. I think I'm all fibro foggy today. This week we're going to be doing a craft coloured background ATC. So we know our cards are 2.5 by 3.5. So 3 times 2.5 is 7.5. So I'm going to cut this card at 7.5. This isn't heavyweight cardstock or anything like that. It's quite light actually. I don't know what the what do you call it? I don't know what the weight is because I don't have the packaging. But it's not that thick at all. Not that I can speak English today, crafters. Okay, so that's my 7.5 by 3.5. Now I'm going to be using Meme stamp set Sit-in 3. So I need my bit of cardstock that I use to stamp on. I need 3 craft ATC bases. See, crafters, I can't speak today. Right, let's take that out. I'm going to be using the Nuvo Hybrid, and I'm going to be using a white Jelly Roll pen, and this is Acorn Brown. So we're going to be using the tree. As you can see, I've lost one of my feet. I have no idea where it went. Not my personal feet, the feet on the press. Okay, so Acorn Brown. We're going to stamp that on. I'm just going to treat this as one big piece of paper, and then we will cut it to size for an ATC afterwards. Now if you have one of the bigger stamp press like the crafters, I can't think today, like the Misty, then you can do this on there to make sure you get the stamping in its entirety. But I'm not too bothered if I get like spaces like that, it doesn't bother me. I quite like the rustic look, so that I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's that. Do I want to add anything else from the stamp set? Maybe the I think I might add the wheel. I'm going to use the brown again. So this is colour on colour really. Okay. I like that sitting, thinking, grinning. I think I'll put that on here somewhere. Again in the brown. Okay, soon to get back. That's my mum, she's just telling me she's off. Sitting, grinning and thinking. Okay. And with the Jelly Roll pen, what I'm going to do, let me zoom you in a bit. I'm going to use this to create snow. Like snow was, we've had lots of snow. Come on, Jelly Roll. turn it over. I don't know why it's giving me issues. Let me try my Signo. Maybe this one will give me some better luck. And then I'm also going to use the white to create snow. So I'm just going to do dots. You don't have to have a Jelly Roll pen, you can just use a Tipp-Ex or a white liquid pen. It gives you the same effect. You don't have the same control, but you do get the same sort of similar effect. So now what I'm going to do is go back to the trimmer and I'm going to cut it in 2.5 inch slices, or widths I should say. Make sure that that is where it should be. And that gives me 3 ATC bases. So let's glue these down onto my ATC base. And as you can see some of the white coming through from underneath, I'm going to use my ink blending tool and just using the acorn, I'm just going to go around the edges. But I won't do this side. Or will I? I think I might, crafters. I think I'm going to go around all 4 sides to take that white back. Almost looks like a window now. That was a happy accident. Okay, and if you wanted to, you could put some card on the back so they actually joined, so they actually stand up. I've done that in the past, but this is one of my favourite ATC bases to create. Today we're going to be doing a kind of a vintage feel ATC. I have this A3 vellum. Let me get the measurements for you, approximate measurements. So we're looking at 5 3/4 inches by 8 1/4. Now I'm going to cut this to size, so I'm going to do it 7.5 by 3.5 because that's the total measurement of 3 ATCs. There we go. Just trying not to get my head in the camera. You don't want to see my messy hair. Okay, so that's that. Now I've got this stamp set that I've had for a long time. It's Music Notes. Now I know May does a music note set, but this one I leave on this stamp and just use it for backgrounds. So I'm going to use my Acorn. It's called Acorn Brown, and this is from Nuvo Hybrid. Make sure my music notes are facing the right way, and I'm going to stamp on this. It's kind of vellum, but it's not too opaque. Okay, so I got that. So I've got that crafters. Now I'm going to get some really opaque vellum. I just need to get that from my stash. And I need to cut those into. I think I'm going to do these pieces slightly smaller. So I'm going to do them so they are 3.5 inches high, but not 2.5 inches wide. I think I might do 2 inches. Yeah, let's do 2 inches approximately. So I need 3 of those. And then I've got this gorgeous stamp set that was sent by one of my dear friends and subscribers many moons ago. I don't have the packaging for it because they kept coming off the plastics. So it's kind of a Victorian Ebenezer Scrooge not Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Night Before Christmas. It's got like the Ebenezer Scrooge and all the oldie Victorian things on them, like the lanterns, the wreath, and all that kind of thing. It's got a street light. As you can see, they don't stay very well on the plastic, so I think I might use that street lamp. And oh, I like that. I wonder if I can use that somewhere. The carol singers. Let's put these things away. Might use some of the snowflakes and maybe some of the holly and that type of thing. Okay, bringing back this piece of paper. Well, actually, I don't think I'm going to need that. Okay, can you see that? Okay. Or should I put some white paper underneath it so you can see it better? Put this white envelope underneath it so you can see it better. And I'm going to stamp on this. And I'm going to be using the Acorn again. So let's do Ebenezer first. Doing quite down low to the bottom. And I think I want to use some of the snowflakes for the Ebenezer. I'm going to do these so they go on and off. Okay, let's bring over another one. I think I'm going to use the carol singers. They may not all fit on this. Oops, they may not fit all of them on this piece of vellum, but I'm going to get as many of them as I can. Yep, there you go. And I'm going to use the holly across the top, I think. Okay, that's that one. And then I think the light post, the lamp post. And again with the snowflakes. Okay, let's cut this up. So this needs to be in 2.5 inch widths. I always put the yarn out when I don't need it. I think it's force of habit. These to go on top, just like that. I think I'm going to put some ink on the base here just to ground the images so they're not floating in midair. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bead of glue across the top, not tons, and across the bottom. The art glitter glue dries clear, so you won't see that through the vellum. Be careful with the hybrid ink because it takes a bit longer to dry. Using the back of the ATCs to push it down. I think I want to use a little bit of sparkle. So maybe some, oh, my Nuvo drops are separated. My Nuvo drops is, it's been a while since I've used this, so it may not be okay for me to use. I don't know. Let's test it out. Still looks okay. Now this is the Nuvo glitter drops, and I'll tell you what the colour is in a second. It is Golden Sunset. So I am going to put some Golden Sunset along the bottom. Again, just to give a bit of glitter, bit of sparkle, and across the top. And I may even use my fan brush and pull it down slightly. If I had a fan brush, I think I broke my last one. Okay, so I think I'm going to use my paintbrush and pull it down slightly, and do the same with the bottom but pull it upwards. Same with this one. even if it goes on to the, actually I'm going to put it on the ATC base as well. Okay, there we go, crafters. Some vintage Victorian inspired ATCs. Today I'm going to be using the Woodland Christmas stamp set. This is from Clear Impressions. I've got some gems here from Poundland from my stash, and I've got the VersaFine black ink, and I think I'm going to do a monochromatic Christmas ATC, or set of ATCs. I've got 3 ATCs bases there, and they're together, so I think I want to do something black and white using the images from the stamp set. I'm going to probably stamp on and off. I'm not bothered if it doesn't go on properly, because I like the rustic look it gives. Okay, I've got these stars, not stars, snowflakes. I don't quite know what I'm doing with these ones yet, so I'm just, this stamp set was on my craft desk, so was this ink. The only thing I took out was the the gems, so I guess we're just going to see what happens. If I like the end result, you'll see this video. If I don't like it, I don't think you'll see this video. I'm going to go around. Put some sparkle on it. Now these are sticky. I think I might just put one in the centre of each of the snowflakes and then pull it off. I think I'm going to use the glue crafters to make it easier. We're going to put a dab of glue on the inside of each snowflake. Put some of these black, because they come with clear and black ones on this particular bling. So I'm going to put some of the black along the tree trunks.